Hey guys, what is going on? It is RC Knockout and I am back with another video. Now, if you are new to the channel, my name is Nolan. In today's video, this is the big reveal. I told you guys, if you watched the most recent video where I started up a couple of my 1/5 scale gas-powered machines, I told you in that video I did not have the Losi 5ive-T out there because I had a big change coming for the Losi 5ive-T. So this is the big reveal video, guys, of what I'm going to be doing with the Losi 5ive-T. So first off, if you've been watching the Losi 5ive-T, you'll notice that this has a completely different wrap on it. So I rewrapped the thing. I took the old wrap off and I put this Red Bull Racing wrap on, which I think looks pretty good. Has a bunch of different sponsors on it: Fox Racing, Fox Shocks, Red Bull, GoPro, K&N, Jack Daniels, Discount Tire. Took a while to put on, put some different headlights on it, but I was running before was a K&N vinyl wrap. And I've had that on for like the past 4 or 5 years, so I decided to take that off. Put this one on. It didn't go on perfectly. Unfortunately, I have like some spots where you guys can see I didn't get it perfectly set, and I tried heating it up and it didn't set on there perfectly, but it is what it is, I suppose. I'm going to take the body off because the body change is just one thing. I just wanted to do something new, so that's why I decided to change the body up. It also even says Traxxas Torque Off-Road Championship Series AMSOIL. Fox Racing, and I don't know what that says, Menzies something. But yeah, so I think it looks pretty good. But that's not what's going on in this video, guys. That's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about today, guys, is the big change I'm making to this Losi 5ive-T. So I didn't run it in the last video because unfortunately this mount actually broke, and the silicone boot that actually holds the exhaust on broke too, so this exhaust is not really even on. So just a refresher, this right here is an OBR full mod Zenoa motor. It's a 7.5 horsepower motor, but I've had issues with this thing not running right. I'm just tired of dealing with it. And this is too good of a machine not to run. So the big decision that I've made, guys, and I said some of you are going to like it, some of you are going to hate it. I have decided that I am going to swap my Losi 5ive-T over to electric. That is right, guys. I am doing a brushless conversion on my Losi 5ive-T. And, you know, for some of you guys who are like true gas-powered, you know, diehards, you might not like this, but the way I look at it is, I still have 2 other gas-powered machines, but this one's too good of a platform. Like, this is too good of a truck for it to be sitting around all the time, because I can't really take this one with me when I travel for work, because it's gas-powered. Most of the parks I go to, you know, I don't know if I'm really supposed to run a gas-powered one. I just feel like I'd be able to take this to so many more places and run it in so many more places if it was brushless. So that's why I decided to go ahead and do this, guys. And the platform's too good. Like, this is too good of a machine. It's like a $1,300 RC. It's way too expensive an RC to leave sitting around. I just don't get enough use out of it being gas powered. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy my gas powered machines, but this one, I really would probably prefer it being brushless. So that's the change I'm going to be making, guys. And if you're wondering what the system is that's going in, this is it right here. So, I just spent a heck of a lot of money on the system that's going in this, by the way. So, this whole motor, exhaust, all of that's coming out, and this is going in. So, this right here is a Hobbywing Max 5. This one I bought with connectors already pre-soldered, but I want to show you guys the connectors that I have on this. Check out these connectors. Before I was looking up ESCs, I had never even heard of these connectors. These, I guess, are called the QS8s. I don't know if you can read that. QS8s. They're 8mm bullet connectors in there for these connectors. So they are huge. So we should not have any issue with any resistance of power going through these. And then also, this is 8-gauge wire, I believe. Yeah, 8-gauge wire. So this is super, super big connectors. Super thick wiring going right into a Max 5 ESC. And the only thing is I still need batteries. So I need to order a couple. I think I'm going to go with 2 4S packs because this ESC can run up to 8S. And since I have 2 connectors, I'm going to buy 2 4S packs that also have got the QS8 connectors. And hopefully also will have 8, maybe 10-gauge wire. Because I don't want there to be any resistance. I don't want to have any issues with, you know, because this is going to be pushing around a huge machine. By far my heaviest machine. Stock, this thing's super heavy, but on top of that, all the aluminum upgrades. I have aluminum bits all over the place on this one. The front and rear diff housings are aluminum. The suspension arms, steering knuckles, hub carriers, all of those are aluminum as well. So this has got a lot of weight to it, a lot of extra weight. I don't doubt even once I pull the motor out of this thing probably still weighs close to 30 pounds. So this is going to be pushing around a very heavy machine. And now if you're wondering what motor is going in it, this is the motor right here, guys. I needed a big motor to push around this beast. So let me go ahead and get it opened up. Voila. Check that out, guys. This motor is huge. It's ridiculous. I might have to set the camera down real quick and I'll pull it out real quick. Check that out, guys. This motor is huge. I mean, this motor is nearly the size of a pop can. Like a 12 ounce. This right here is the 800 kV 2028 Castle motor. Now this is a centerless, or sorry, this is a centered capable brushless motor, but the issue is even though this is a centered brushless motor, I can only run centerless because Hobbywing Max 5 ESC can only run centerless setup, so it can't actually go centered. So, but that's no big deal because most of the time I'm going to be flooring this around anyway, but just check out the size of this can motor. And just for reference, guys, I went ahead and I brought a stock Traxxas X-Max. I believe this is a 1600 kV motor. This is a stock 1600 kV Traxxas X-Max motor. And it's on its mount. And here it is next to this motor. It's nearly twice the size. It's so much bigger of a motor. Not even comparable, really. And this is the pinion I think I'm going to go with. It's an 18 tooth. It's a 1.5 mod, which is what the gears are on the Losi 5ive-T anyway. And also this is an 8mm bore because this thing has got a huge 8mm shaft, that's crazy. I think this one's probably only a 5 on the X-Max. So a 5mm shaft compared to an 8mm. Insane. And also for reference, guys, I brought my behemoth in here. Now this right here would be, this is my X-Max that's been decked out by far the most. And this is the only RC that has a motor that's anywhere close to the size of that 800, and it's still smaller. So that motor in here, guys, this right here is, this is a 1/5 scale motor. This right here is the, what is it? It's a 5892. I think it's a 5892 1340 kV Leopard hobby motor. And this also has got an 8mm shaft, I believe. And I think I'm running, what do I got? I got a 29 tooth pinion on this. And this is about the same, the motor's about the same, like, girth as the other one, as the 800. But this motor is not nearly as long. The can on this motor is probably easily close to an inch shorter than that 800 kV. But this motor has a ton of power. And this motor is also made up to a Max 5. Now, the one thing I'm still waiting on, guys, and it's actually coming from Brazil because I bought some cheaper ones, is you can't just plop an electric system in here. You actually have to buy a conversion kit. Now, TLR, which is Team Losi Racing, makes a conversion kit, but their conversion kit for just all the brackets and everything to swap this over to brushless is like $300 or $400. I'm like, after paying $500 for electronics, and then I'm going to be paying probably another $200, $250 for batteries. What's that, like $700 just in electronics and batteries? I'm not going to go pay another $300 or $400 just to get all the brackets and all the mounts to actually mount up the electric system. So I went and I found online, actually on eBay, a much cheaper option. It was only like $80. There were some ones made in Brazil, but people had been buying them, and hopefully they fit. But they're like some homemade CNC ones, so they are aluminum. And I put a bid in on those, and they were accepted. So I got them for like $80, $85. So literally like $200+ cheaper than the Team Losi ones. Now the question is, are they going to fit when they get here? So I'm waiting on those to come in the mail. Those might take a little bit since they're coming from Brazil. And I'm just crossing my fingers we don't have any issues with fitment. I'm hoping that those are cut properly and all the plates go on properly, because we're going to have to pull the motor out. My goal is to still, it looked like, looking at the photos, I should still be able to run this throttle brake servo. And the reason I'm still going to run the throttle brake servo is just for the brakes, because that puts so much strain on your ESC. That heats up your motor and your ESC so much when you're using it to brake, which is that's how it works on basically all electric RCs, is that all the braking comes from your motor and your ESC slowing down the RC. But I want to be able to keep the throttle brake servo on because this has some actual disc here. And if I can keep this on and still run a LiPo pack in here, Actually, I don't even need to run a LiPo pack in here, actually. I can just run this one off. Do I? No, I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to because I think one of the plates goes here. Because if I remember correctly, it comes with 2 different battery trays. Because you obviously have to have battery trays when you're converting this over to electric. I believe one of the battery trays is going to go up here where the gas tank was. Or it currently is. I think the other one goes back here. So I might actually have to cut this down. And I might have to cut out part of this tray. But I want to keep the throttle brake servo if I can, because that'll take a lot of strain off of the ESC and the motor if all the braking is still done through this servo. So basically you just, I think what you do is you probably just set the settings on the ESC down to 0% braking, and then you connect this to a channel. There's some way to do it. I'd have to figure it out. I'm not to that point yet, but I know there's some way where you can actually run the throttle and brake servo where it can still do the braking duties, which is what I really want to do. What else? This thing needs a good cleaning, I can tell you that. When I take everything off and when I go to install that the new plates and everything once they show up, I'm going to give this thing a good cleaning because this thing's super dirty. The other thing that's going to have to come out, we're going to pull the kill switch because we obviously don't need that because it's now going to be electric. But yeah, this is a journey that I'm super excited about, guys. And if you do like this, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Even if you don't like it, still give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hopefully in the future we're going to start getting some Losi 5T content, some electric Losi 5T content. And that's one of the things I've always wondered. Losi came out with a DBXL, which is that's also a 1/5 scale truck. It's like a buggy. They have a gas-powered version, and then later on they came out with the electric version. So I thought sooner or later they'd come out with the electric version of the Losi 5T, but they never have. They've never made a Losi 5T electric version. So this is about the next best thing, is to convert my own over to electric. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the Red Bull livery, I guess you could say, that I have on this machine, or on this body. And yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I can't wait to get this in and start testing it out, and hopefully you don't have any issues with it because this is expensive stuff.